Why do Asian girls like to study? This will have to probably go in about advice of picking up Asian girls, or at least being around Asian girls, and looking at their traits and trying to find one white male, Asian female of desire. I'm not Roosh or any of the game bloggers where I'm trying to say, hey, this is how you play game, and this is how you pick up a hot Asian girl which you can bang and then reuse and then keep doing it. No, I am not a game blogger, nor I am giving you sexual advice. This is only just pondering about things and what Asian girls do and what they like in a Asian Aryan ideal. Now, it seems to me on any white college campus, especially if you go to the library, you might be in a public school or even private, you might find an Asian girl sitting by herself in the library with her homework out, her chemistry, biology, history 101, and she is looking through this and diligently doing her homework. She might have a pen and paper, a computer. Well, most likely they'll have a computer. If they are having a computer, they might be watching anime or some type of WeChat or some type of family. They like to keep, or through FaceTime if they're not that much. But most of the Asian girls, I see, have the traditional book on the pen, writing it, doing their homework. And they're so very precious and obedient. They're just, when I walk through the library and I see one, it's just this beautiful thing. Now, unlike the white girls, or whatever, they just seem to looking for something. They seem to be talking to their girlfriends about how they do dangerous things on Friday night, silly stuff like that. But you know what? The Asian girl, she is doing her homework. And then by the time it hits 12 o'clock, she'll pack up her books and head to the cafeteria all by herself. And then at 2 o'clock, she'll probably have her class. And then back to 3, back to the library. Back to 4, back to her dorm. Maybe the clapping Shinto ritual. Not that there's any Japanese or that they're Japanese pagans, but maybe if they're a classical Chinese tradition, go to bed, wake up, do the same thing. I know this one Chinese girl that religiously does this, and she will, get up. I see her in the same class, speaks to no one, goes to the library. I see her at 11. Then she's in the caf. Then she's back there. And then she's waiting for class. And she's basically a loner. And I think, the Chinese are pretty much these Star Wars Attack of the Clone people. Little stormtroopers with the white helmets. They just do these repetitive tasks over and over again. And they're alone. However, there is something under that veneer, is there? Because they love texting and they love using computer backgrounds and they're trying to learn their English, they have flirt with white boys. And not to show any game advice, but I've been in contact with these same girls and they're just so easy. All you have to do is talk to them. They'll talk back to you in their little cute voice. You might exchange text messages and or maybe Snapchat or WeChat. And then all of a sudden when you text them, well, they like to be text at a time when they're not studying. They don't text when they're studying. That seems to be, some of them do, but they like to text when they are free. However, if you approach them in the same room with them, they're very, very shy. And they want to do their homework. And they like you if you're by their side doing homework. And I had some Asian girlfriends where this was kind of the repetitive task. Meet her at 2, do some homework. Meet her at 3, have some lunch. And if I do my work correctly, I will be rewarded in this Confucius manner, maybe with a kiss on the cheek at the end of the week. I don't know. But it seems to me, what I'm really getting at here with the whole Asian Aryan thing is that if you're on college campus and you see these girls studying homework, I'm breaking the rules here, and I'm going to use game advice. They need a white male to escort them. They need a white boyfriend, or they're just asking for one. You see, going in college for them, they might even be from China or from a different country coming in, and they're so grateful to be at a private or public university doing these things where they can get their high-end job. If they're doing English, I only knew one Asian girl who did English. It was because obviously she's trying to work on her English. But most of them are doing a mixed bag, and like I said, it might be about STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. But when they're at these campuses, they're looking for high social status men, and that's white men. This completely contradicts the whole HAPA Reddit board, which suggests that that's evil because they should be going for their Asian men. Why are they going for white men? Well, because white men, or white teenagers, I should say, I'm not going to say if they're men, but young white boys foolishly fall in love with these girls is because they're just so better. They're just amazing to be with, and they got charming personalities. I tell you what, if you see that Asian girl there, you might want to study right next to her, as a background. If she's in your class, say cute things to her like, "Hey, I like your hair," or "Hey, what are you doing? Do you have your homework? Can I find you?" She'll be like a robot at first. No, she'll do these robotic things. But it's rewarding once you get this. And then she'll really open up with her English and texting. And I think texting has a super effect on Asian girls if you text with them. If you text with them, then they're more open because they're so busy and they kind of exist in this one state. And then eventually, guess what? At the end of that 6 weeks or 8 weeks of approaching and gaming her, well, then you get invited to her dorm room. And then that's the best part. And then eventually you'll shake hands and you'll become white male, Asian female. And then sooner or later at 2 o'clock class, she'll be wanting a kiss. And then she'll be wanting to know where you are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then you become a part of the robot cycle. Not to condemn that behavior, but I'm just using this in the white attitude of things because whites are going to be, kooky and, "Hey man, what's up?" But I like this harmonious ideal is because this is slight Asian Aryanism, and like I said in a previous video about the new cuck, we don't want white males that are new cucks and just say, "Well, my girlfriend happens to be Chinese." No. You are approaching and entering her. You are a part of that identity now. And so whites probably will take advantage of Asian girls most of the time. I get that. And these are the girls I'm talking about. But just remember that there is this kind of, just be confident, be white, because Asian girls like it when you're a white man. And Asian girls find it intimidating when you're a white man to them. And it's amazing, and it works out. Not to say this is a game blog, but the races do exist. And so if you do this, eventually, I think when you're both aware of your identity, and she knows you're white, and you know she's Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever, she knows you're Asian, then both parties will agree upon this racial identity where she'll like some of your white culture, you like some of her Asian culture, and that is the next step towards Asian Aryanism. And then just show her that Atari Teenage Riot record. Or maybe some of those, not to go white out on her. You don't want a white, some Asian girl, most white males will go with whitewashed Asian girls. I get that. But I think Asian Aryanism really, really succeed if that girl on the other side is not whitewashed. You want her to be more Asian. And you want yourself to be more white with that interest of helping create Asian Aryanism. We don't want whitewashed or even libertarian autistic denial. There needs to be Asian Aryanism, meaning that it will be, NHK actors and stuff. I'll have to elaborate on that, but if you're in school today, You see that pretty Asian girl? Make sure you tell her good job, get an A plus on that. Study right next to her. She's worth it.